Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Musings and Music Show on VOSAWORLD Radio. This is going to be recorded on Zoom, as happens often these days. It's going to be recorded on Zoom, which means you're going to have an audio version that goes on the radio. And then following that, we'll have a video version so you can get to see the pretty face I have in front of me today. This is EGBE MBIWAN MONJIMBO coming to you on VOSAWORLD Radio, like you know already, which means it's a Saturday when this will be aired. But I have a guest with me this time. So I'm glad I'm not going to just be by myself, just going on and on. This is March. It is where we have Women's Day. It's all about women this month, not just the one day. It's all about women the entire month. It's about women most of the year anyway, because women just rock like that. But yes, but I have a special guest with me here today, and she's going to tell you who she is, give you briefly tell you about herself, from her name to what she does, and maybe why she's here as well. So over to you, dear guest, who is everybody either watching or listening to.
Thank you so very much, Auntie EGBE. Like I love to call you. I'm an ex-Secarate, and when I went to Seca, we always call the people who are above us aunties. So it's out of respect that I call you auntie. Thank you so much for inviting me to your radio station, to your show. I am so excited to share about what I'm doing in Cameroon. First of all, my name is Emelda Ndinjiakat, and I am a nurse by profession. I have been a nurse for more than 10 years, I think close to 12 years. And
you barely look 12 to start with.
Oh, thank you so much, Auntie. I have been a nurse for about 12 years, and I am very passionate about humanity. I am a registered nurse with a bachelor's degree, and I'm currently working on my master's degree in science. I want to become, by God's grace, a family nurse practitioner oncologist, because my passion now is nursing, and my specialty, which I want to concentrate on, is oncology. And as you will hear further in my story, you'll find out that I'm a cervical cancer survivor. And as I go further in the interview, you'll understand the reason why I want to concentrate on oncology.
Yes, that said, we hear oncology and we go, because we know oncology, that's going towards cancer, and somebody's going to look at you looking all pretty and everything, and like, what does she have to do with what's the connection? But it's good you said that, so everybody's going to stay tuned and listen to hear what it is that you have to say. Please go right ahead.
Yes, Auntie. Thank you so much. Yes, I am also a mother, and I have 6 children. I am blessed with my husband,
wow.
Dr. Samuel Ndinjiakat. Yes.
This is already a show by itself. I think we have to have a separate show on how to handle that number. Oh, some of us have 2, 1, 3. We're like, oh my goodness, we have so much to do and we're so busy. You have 6 at your age, because even if you're not going to say your age, you're definitely way younger than I am. What year did you graduate from Seca? Yeah, class of 1990. What?
I'm class of 1997. So I graduated. My graduation year is 1997. Yes, Auntie.
My goodness, you look at how much has been packed into one little life in this short amount of time. Such an eventful life. My goodness. Do you mind telling us the age range of the children? Do you mind telling us?
Oh, yes, sure. My son is actually, he's going to be turning 19 in 10 days. So my first son, Samuel, is going to be turning 19.
His dad?
I'm sorry?
He's named after his dad, because I think
yes, he's named after his dad. You got it right. Yeah, he's named after his dad, Dr. Sam. And yeah, he's Junior. So we call him Junior at home.
Right.
He's currently in Arizona State University, and we are very proud of him. And then we have Princess. She's turning 17 in May. We also have Leilani, who is a basketball. She loves basketball. She's in a basketball team in her middle school, planning on going to high school and continuing basketball there. We are also blessed with a set of twins, 2 boys, Jesse and Nathan.
Are those the picture behind you there?
Yes.
Are those the picture behind you?
Yes, that's Jesse and Nathan when they were little. They're turning 13 in November, so they're currently 12. And then the baby girl who just turned 11, she's Leah.
Oh, that is it. So if I was listening right, is she the only girl then?
No, I have 3 girls and 3 boys. So
okay, the 2 boys and Junior, and then and then 3 girls.
That's
very
correct.
evenly split. No lack of balance in that household. The girls and
yes,
the boys.
it's evenly split, girls and boys.
Awesome. Yes, and then of course, yes, that is something to figure out how to do. Be a mother, be a wife, be a nurse, because we know that nurses, you hear nurse and you think of shifts.
Yeah.
And you're wondering how all of that goes on, and then somebody has a bachelor's degree and is doing a master's. I'm tired on your behalf already.
It's God's grace. It's God's grace.
For real. And look at how you look. You don't look the least bit even stressed or anything. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you said you had a story to tell us. Go ahead, if the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Auntie. So I was diagnosed in 2019, February of 2019, with cervical cancer. You see me now, you will not know the ordeal that I went through. Thank God for my family, first of all, which I really want to thank today for standing by me. And I want to also thank God for the ex-Sekaris, the Sekaris of Dallas. Yay! They stood by me. Yes, they fasted. They literally organized a fasting session on our forum, and they were fasting for me. And also my church, Church of Prayer Christian Fellowship, I really wanted to thank them as well, because they stood by me. My pastor, Pastor Duncan, and Pastor Dolores, they stood by us, and I was able to get through this. And with God Almighty, I am now healed. Amen. So it started in 2019.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Looking at you, like nobody can tell that anything ever went by you. You look the picture of health right there. You had said that you had a PowerPoint. I know that you sent me one. Is any of this stuff that you're talking about on it? Should I be?
Yes, okay. If you would, I have a picture that I would love to share of how I looked. That was in January of 2020, after the multiple surgeries that I went through. If you don't mind, if you mind sharing that,
no, I don't mind.
That would be amazing.
Let me find that PowerPoint real quick. This should be it right here, and hit that share button, and you walk us through. So here we go. Am I sharing the screen?
Yes, you're sharing the screen.
Okay, so you tell me where to go, and I'll just go pick the
just the second slide where
slide right here. This one,
below the one where you are, just right below.
Okay, good.
After that, more. And 2 more.
There are 2 more. Okay, so let me see.
Right there.
Whoa.
Yes.
Are you in this picture?
I am in this picture, and that's how you see on the PowerPoint is saying, guess who? Can you guess who that is?
Yes, Devineki said, no, you look like a girl in Seka there, like from 1, like just a little girl. This is your daughter right here?
That's my younger sister, Fanny, and she decided, I took that picture. I decided to share this picture because she is the one who got me out of the house. I was at home. I can even say I was a little bit depressed because I had lost weight. If you see this picture, you wouldn't believe that I'm actually wearing a JP drain, and it's draining blood on my right side. And that's why I'm dressed like that. I've never been more skinny than my younger sister, but in that picture, as you can see, I was really almost all bone.
Oh my goodness.
And so that was after my 3rd surgery in December.
This is another one here too. Oh no.
Yes. You can see my neck.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I was really depreciating. And to the right is my daughter, Princess. And to my left is Fanny, my younger sister that I was just talking about. That's her son. And they all took me to the mall. It was during Christmas in January.
To cheer you up and get you back on. House. Yes, and you know us women, so this lipstick and stuff, this is you at your best.
This is me at my best. This is really me at my best. Even my hair, I didn't want to comb my hair, so I just managed, and then the kids helped me to pull it back. I wasn't even combing my hair for about 3 months, and I was losing a lot of hair, especially by the side that I succeeded to cover in this picture.
Yes. From the treatment, I guess that's what was going on. And by the way, because we skipped this picture already shown briefly, I want to come back to it just to do justice. That is Dr. Sam Ndinjiakat right there, your husband, right?
That's my husband, Dr. Sam.
Yes, right there. Oh wow. I'm glad we came to this to take a look at this right here, because that's something worth sharing. And
Thank
for us
you.
to appreciate all the more, and why we should be giving thanks, because wow. All right.
Thank you so much. It's really something to thank God about, because it's the fact that I'm alive is nothing short of a miracle.
That's true. And then not just alive, but making good use of coming on out there and telling your story, number one, which encourages other people. So somebody who's going to go tomorrow and get this kind of diagnosis shouldn't say, okay, this is the end of me, because they have seen somebody for whom it was definitely not the end. It was instead a springboard to go and do more things. Let me stop the share for now and have you tell us a little bit more, because you already talked about multiple surgeries and people are going, huh? Let me stop this share and come back to us. So just tell us the story and walk us through.
Okay, no, thank you. That's actually why I'm here today, because like you rightly said, many women may get this diagnosis, cervical cancer, and not just cervical cancer, it can be breast cancer, ovarian cancer, most female cancers. And then they think that that's the end of them. And that's why I'm here today as a testimony to tell you it's not the end. So I was diagnosed, as I was saying, in February 2019. I had to go through the first surgery. And after that surgery, they told me that I needed to do radiation and chemotherapy. I went through multiple rounds of radiation. And
this was here in the States, in Dallas.
Yes, in Dallas at Medical City Hospital, Dallas. I have to shout out to them because the staff there was just amazing. And it's because of them that I really understood everything about chemotherapy and radiation. When I used to hear chemotherapy, I always thought, oh, it's just even as a nurse, I didn't know you go and have an injection in your vein and you have to, I learned a lot through this process. And I just going through the chemotherapy was really hard, because going through all of that, I was still working. I would drive sometimes to work, and I don't mean to gross anybody out, but I would be throwing up in the car, literally, and then I'll get to work and I'll work and drive back home. And even going through radiation was also very, very hard. Sometimes I had a few scars on my body, and going through chemotherapy, my veins were getting dark on my arms. So it was very, very, very difficult. I don't want to minimize what anybody goes through when they've been diagnosed with cancer.
It's not minimizing anything, but it's good for us to hear it and know it, and then understand better people who are going through these things. And sometimes people react to these things differently. There are others who are kind of out there, they try to go out there like you were trying to still go to work, and there are others who kind of withdraw and sit down there and are really beaten. And sometimes people judge them, like, for want of a better term, judge them, and maybe put them side by side with somebody else who is coping better. Just like with grief,
yes,
everybody grieves differently.
Yes,
just like with illness too, everybody takes their challenges and everything differently. So when you at least say that, then we can at least understand. And it's not something that is easy that anybody can just walk through. It's not a walk in the park at all, far from it.
No, it's not. To me, it was almost like a school, because I had to go Monday through Friday, and I had a schedule. And I had my backpack. It was literally as if I was going to school. My blanket was inside. I had a few snacks inside and different things, because chemotherapy takes a long time. And so I'll carry my backpack, and then I'll go and sit down in the hospital. They'll start the infusion, and I have to sit there. And the way I got through it was that I was reading my Bible most of the time during those times, or I would be watching some videos, educating myself more about it, and just trying to make sure that I have all the knowledge that I need to make sure that even as a staff is working with me, I am sharing some research and some ideas that I have to make sure that my treatment was done well. And I also have to praise my husband for that, because he helped a lot. He worked together with the doctor, and they worked together on a lot of research that helped me a lot. And I was blessed because he's in the medical field, and that helped a lot.
Yes. First of all, they are more prone to listen to him, because he's not just somebody off the street saying stuff that you think he just came and picked off the internet. Just went to Wikipedia and found any kind of little bit of thing there. It's somebody who kind of knows what he's talking about, and then being there, being somebody's spouse, it makes a difference. But and they've always told us as patients to advocate for our own selves. Don't just sit there and take. Somebody's saying something. yes, we trust their education, we trust their knowledge and everything. But sometimes you know your own body, your own self. You will be the first person to say, "This drug you've given me, I'm not reacting well to it.
Yes.
Is this reaction I'm having normal?" As opposed to, "Well, doctor, don't talk. Doctor gave it to me. You are there. It's not working. It's really causing issues." You're like, "Let me just take it." And you're not saying anything, because we've been told in this country over and over again about self-advocacy.
Yes, yes, Auntie.
At every level, in the schools, there's something is not working right, say something. This is your own body and your own treatment.
Exactly.
Say something. So I'm glad to hear that at least you were there. You didn't just sit down there and just take it.
Oh no, we did a lot of research, new articles, a lot. We just really did a lot. And there's so many things. And the good news about it is that the doctors here, at least the doctors that I was working with, were very open to learning new things.
That's another thing. Yes. Because I don't want to diss anybody and everything, but I have been told about sometimes you go to some doctors, and especially back home, well, like, are you going to teach me my profession? Are you going to teach me my job? And tend not to want to take even the
advice.
Yes. And it's even just questions and advice, and you can then, with your own knowledge, say no or yes, but not just dismiss it altogether, because I've heard about people who have said that and just said they don't want to listen. And you are a medical doctor. We so appreciate you. We so know that you have done your work thoroughly and earned that PhD.
Correct.
But you're not God.
Exactly.
You aren't. There have been times when things have happened where you can, if you're open and you listen, you can get things that will just help you, because after all, your aim is to nurse your patient back to health. So whatever it takes to get there is in your interest, because now when the person is walking up and down and glowing like you are glowing, guess who gets the praise and everything?
Yeah.
You've already said, shout out, shout out, shout out. The shout out is going to them, the medical team that was open and willing to listen. So that's a good thing. I wanted to just jump in and throw that in there.
No, that's very important, because I'm in the medical field myself. Even though I advocate for my patients every day, it's really recommended that as a patient, you also advocate for yourself. And the only way that you can do that is by trying to educate yourself of whatever disease process you're going through. Even though we are talking about cancer today, just anything is like a side note. Educate yourself, make sure that when you go to the doctor, you've done your assignment. Just like you're going to school, you are educating yourself. That way, by the time that they are telling you what to do, you're also like, okay, I've also researched on this. Not to say that you're downplaying what they already know, but there's also this new research every day, every day, especially with cancer. There's just so much that one person cannot know it all.
True. And there's always the first time that something is tried and maybe works, and then that becomes now the norm. It goes into the protocol that is now used for certain things, but that's how things evolve. So that's a good thing. So you went and had the first surgery was when?
So the first surgery was in May of 2019. So I was diagnosed in February. My first surgery was, let me backtrack. My first surgery was actually in March, because they told me that if I went through radiation and they didn't pull up my eggs, then it will be affected and I'll go into early menopause. But that surgery was supposed to be 50-50, so 50% chance of my eggs getting radiated, and then I'll go through early menopause, or once they pull it up, the radiation will not affect it. But unfortunately for me, I was part of the 50% that it affected. And so I am actually going through menopause right now.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
But hey, who won't take menopause, not being alive at all?
Not being alive, I'll take it any day. And it has made me to learn more, because I've begun learning about foods that I should eat, and that trigger like hot flashes. And foods that I should not eat.
Go ahead and share right there. Since you just mentioned it, go ahead and share. Somebody may be listening there who's actually fanning their lives.
Okay, Auntie, one of the biggest things that I realized is that white sugar is a big trigger, at least for me. So I have completely switched from white sugar, and I'm using cane sugar. I don't know, they call it cane sugar here. Cane sugar. Yes, when I use cane sugar, it's brown. Yes, Auntie, I've noticed whenever I use cane sugar, it has reduced my hot flashes by a lot. That's a big deal, because I learned about that from my younger sister, Dillis in Cameroon, who is also going through the same ordeal like me. She told me, switch your sugars and then find out. Yeah, that's actually another side of the story, because my younger sister was diagnosed also right before me, with no family history. And so she and we share often about the things that work and that do not work. So that's one. The other thing I do, I use honey more than even the sugar. I use it very minimally. I use mostly honey, and honey has worked for me. So in the morning, instead of drinking my tea with either sugar or different things, I just put a little bit of honey in there, and it tastes great.
Sweeten it a little bit, and then it's good, and it has
and it's good.
Value. We know, all of us now know it does wonders, because all of us were adding it to our concoctions against the coronavirus.
Yes.
Even if you made ginger or you made whatever it is, just put some little honey in there.
Put a little bit of honey in there. Even ginger has a lot of properties, but that's another thing. You just named it without even knowing that. That was the next thing I was going to say. I grind a lot of ginger and put in my food. It helps a lot, even to decrease. I don't have blood pressure problems, but it has so many properties that whenever you put it in your food, it can help you. So that's another thing that decreases my hot flashes. And then another thing is exercise. And I'm not talking about a gruesome exercise. I'm in my 40s, so I cannot run like a 20-year-old. But even just walking around the block each day, every time I stop, I notice that I start sweating more. I start having more hot flashes. So exercise also is key. It's really very important. And then finally, you can never go wrong with drinking enough water.
Right.
Yes, you can never go wrong with that.
Hiding my own little water.
There you go.
Here. At least that. The running part, I'm like, but at least I can drink drink
your water. You can never go wrong.
Whatever it is that one can do, that every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Because I'm looking at somebody there who's 45 and who's talking about, I'm sure if somebody just joined the program now and they're looking at you there, 45, talking about menopause, they're like, what is she talking about?
Yeah, 42 actually, I'm sorry. I said I think I increased more, I'm 42.
No, please, don't be in a hurry to come join us.
Okay.
Don't be in a hurry to come over there. Stay on and be in your 40s as long as you can possibly be. Probably I'm the one who even just made it up my own self. But I thought I had 45. Look at 42. But I mean, wow.
No, it's amazing. So as a result of all of this, we go to Cameroon every year. My husband and I, Dr. Samuel Ndinjiakat, we go to Cameroon every year. We began by organizing medical missions. At that time, we didn't have a hospital. And we started in 2015, and we organized the first trip. Yes, it was very successful.
Marilyn Shang Simo went along with you people on that trip.
Yes, Auntie Marilyn went with us. She's actually a pharmacist, and she's one of our partners. So yes, she went with us on that trip. It was a very successful trip. And that's even the trip where we met, I think it was the second trip or so where we met the conjoined twins.
The conjoined twins that passed away. Oh, that's
that passed away.
Such a sad story, but I remember that particularly because of that year and all of that. So you said that time you didn't have a hospital, so you have one now? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, we have a hospital, and I think you have one of the pictures that you can share. The hospital.
Go ahead.
Yes, the hospital is called Grace Gardens Hospital Ndop. It is a full-fledged hospital, and we have authorization given to us by the government of Cameroon. So it's a hospital where we can perform surgeries, we can do whatever we want, we can create every department. As we speak right now, we have 2 buildings. The first building functions as a primary care center, and in that building, we have about 20 beds. And we have a lot of things going on there. That's our first building where we started, and we are taking care of everything, you name it, from deliveries, normal deliveries, to wound care, to people who are coming in with malaria, to you just name it, we are doing it in that building. That's where we first started. What a
blessing to the community out there.
Yes.
Go on, it's
really amazing. We have been doing so much. We moved from that building, and my husband saw that we're lacking space because we had too many patients coming in. And so we just officially inaugurated our surgical center November of 2021, and it's a bigger building. And actually, my husband worked in collaboration with Project Cure, and we're able to send a container with equipment from the United States, and it's a fully furnished operation room with 2 functioning ORs, and then we have a maternity section. We also have an area for where it's completely women's health. We also have a place for dental. We have a place for vision. So we have a lot of things going on in that building right now. So those 2 buildings are really taking care of a lot of the health problems that are going on in DOP right now.
Let me look at Cameroon. Let me see if I can find those pictures and share. I think I had put some of them that you sent to me in a Google Web album. I think this is it right here. Okay. Let's go start right here. Okay.
Yes.
So start with this one. Let me do this so that I can share that makes the picture a little bigger. So what we're looking at right here now is the hospital that you just described.
Yes, Auntie. So that's a primary care center. The first one that we started is Grace Gardens Hospital, and that's the entrance that is by the side. It shines at night. So you know, in that region of the world, because there may be some of your viewers that are listening that do not know a lot about Cameroon. But we are in the northwest region of Cameroon, and we're in a little place area called Ndop. And in that area, we do not have too many hospitals. We have about just 3 main hospitals, and we are one of them.
Are you talking about Ndop or the whole of the northwest region?
No, the Ndop itself. The Ndop area itself. Okay, so like the other surrounding areas have other hospitals, but Ndop center just has 3.
Exactly. And so how close? Okay, people who don't know may not know the intricacies of the exact geography. But they may know Bamenda, the capital. So,
yes.
So the headquarters right there. So how far is Ndop from Bamenda?
So Ndop, when I get to Ndop, it just takes me by car. It takes me approximately 1 hour to get to Bamenda. So it's not far at all. So
which means that you can actually even have patients coming from Bamenda itself to this hospital.
We actually do. We have patients coming from from Bamenda, I'm sorry, and then we also have patients coming from the 13 villages of Ndop, the Ndop plain. So like Babisi, Bambili, Bamali, all of those, Bambalam, we have patients coming from all of those areas coming down. We have patients that come even from Bansor, they all come down.
Wow. Well, let me look at another picture. Then this one now, this is the surgical center you're referring to?
No, Auntie, this one, oh yes, this is a surgical center. So as you can see, it is named after my parents, Dr. Henry and Ma Caroline Tatangang, because they are the ones who really gave their sweat and blood on that land. And my husband and I just thought that we wanted to honor them in this way. And so it's called the Dr. Henry and Ma Caroline Tatangang Surgical Center.
Wow. This is where you were saying that you have the beds and all the equipment and everything there. And
yes.
So what about the staff? The staff there, they are trained in Cameroon. They've trained, like where would they have gotten their training from?
So currently we have approximately 32 staff. And in Cameroon, it's not easy to have a doctor that is there 24/7. We have one medical doctor who is there 24/7. He works Monday through Friday, and on the weekends he's on call. But most of the time, even though we say he's on call, he's still in the hospital because he's needed all the time. Right. And as we are looking, we are actually working right now to have another surgeon coming from Ndawara. He's going to be coming in soon, and we are going to have 2 doctors there. We have a lot of nurses, we have a lot of supporting staff, and all of them, they are trained in different regions of Cameroon for now. The reason why we don't have many people from out is because that region, as you know, is not very safe. And so it's by God's grace that we are even able to have that amount of staff dedicated to work for our hospital.
And hopefully our prayer will always be that everybody, no matter what side you lean on, whatever your political leanings may be, that we will learn to just consider health as something that is important to everybody. You all have blood. We all have we have all the same blood running in our veins. We have the same organs and things. Both sides of any debates, political or not, need attention.
Yes,
so I'm hoping my prayer will always be that these kinds of places be kept out of the whole fray of things and kept well. I think I went by I clicked on a picture right after this one, and this is the one that came out of. So this is one of those surgeries you're talking about. One of the surgeries.
This is one of the surgeries. This was actually my second surgery. As you can see, I have a very large family. The children that I was telling you about.
Right.
And now they're even looking a lot older than this because this was taken in 2020, I think. either
Yes.
2019 or 2020. I don't remember quite well. But
Right.
that's my entire family. They came to visit.
I recognize your dad right here. I've seen the pictures.
That's my dad, Dr. Henry. That's my dad.
Yes.
And that's my mom.
Right there.
Macaro.
You can tell
Yes. She's called Iron Granny. Yes, that's her.
That's right. You can tell. So
Yes.
who are the how would I call it? The glue, the rock upon which families like this thrive, praying
Yes.
their hearts and souls out. So this is one of it, and I think I saw another one that like similar one. Wow, this is you.
Okay, yes, you can see my eyes. You know, I was still fresh out of surgery, still trying to get out of anesthesia. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's my mom and my sister.
Right,
yes,
I can see the resemblance.
Yes, that's my sister. Yeah, they were really
medical professional herself. This is a scrub she's wearing.
She's a nurse, actually.
Nurse too. Wow.
She's a registered nurse as well. Yeah.
Yeah, look at the smile on that mother's face. Proud mom with her babies that are there.
Oh yeah, she spent countless nights with me in the hospital. So mommy, thank you. When you watch this this interview, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you did for me.
Gratitude is a great thing. It's a great thing to look at. And then now, okay, this is you. This is you right here getting in the. Okay, just explain. Tell us what's going on there.
Yes, actually, I put that picture there because I wanted some people to just understand how radiation happens. And so this is me going through radiation. I did this almost 4 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week. And I was on a schedule. Like I said, it was like a school. And so that's me going in for my radiation. And I went through this for almost a month, just going in and out, in and out, in and out. So it was pretty intense.
Just walk us through. Now, so you sit here and that's what the thing is. This the machine that does the
That's the machine, and it has lasers. Right here, it wasn't turned on yet, but there will be a red laser. So you have the oncologist who they are scientists, they're almost like physicists, and so they know the exact area on your body where they radiate, they target the cells to kill. And so it is very hard on your body. You don't feel anything when you're going through the radiation. But when you're done, you begin to see scars on your body. It's pretty
laser, yeah. Because you see the things like you're looking at like Star Wars.
Yes. And also I wanted to show you how I was smiling through the process. I really was smiling. A lot of my pictures when I was going through this, I was smiling in a lot of them because I wanted to share my story one day and really encourage those who are going through the same ordeal that you can smile. It's okay.
You can smile through it, and I see a little the victory sign. That's your
yes. That was my last. A little bit of a anecdote to this. That was my last radiation, and it fell on my birthday, May 31,
wow.
2020. And so I was like amazed at what the staff did and everything for me. And I did my last radiation therapy on my birthday when I just turned 40.
Wow. Other people are doing, so that teaches us gratitude. Other people are doing 40th. You come and see they've gone to Vegas, they've gone to someplace, Dubai, they've gone to somebody else's own thing. Was that, or that's what they had for their birthday?
That was my birthday gift. And after this, I got a certificate. And I think maybe at some point you may see the certificate in the picture.
Let me see. I think I remember seeing one.
Okay. Yes, they actually give you a certificate to tell you that you completed your.
Wow. I see some other people, they ring a bell. There's a bell ringing that happens.
Yes, a bell ringing. Yes. I've seen that you ring a bell that you're done. Yes.
You're done. So all of this now is, you see all of this that you've gone through now. I know people do a pretty good job of setting things up like this and helping the community. There's a different edge, a different kind of push that you see that comes from somebody who has gone through it themselves.
Yes, Auntie.
As opposed to somebody who just says that I'm just doing it there. Some people just have a good heart. They just want to help the community. They get up and do things like this. It's very different when you see somebody who's been there. First of all, you're more trustworthy to the people who are going through the thing. It's not like I say, yes, how will you not be talking, what do you know about it? But when you stand there, I've been through it myself. This machine you see like that you're about to get into, I have been there my own self.
I have.
And I'm standing here to tell you that it's supposed to survive it. Totally different from me coming to tell you something I read in a book somewhere. Because I see you here now. This is a picture of you.
This is a picture of me. So that's why I wanted to even just talk a little bit about this. So as you can see in my poster, I am now after my ordeal, my husband and I decided to organize our first ever breast and cervical cancer conference in Cameroon. We had 2 conferences, one in Dop in the region I was just talking about, and then we did another one in Yaoundé in a company called FECOM. It's one of these big companies in Yaoundé where my sister works.
Right.
So right here you see me, I am teaching the women about cervical cancer and what they can do to make sure that they prevent having it, or if they have it, the way forward. And my goal was really to tell them that preventive healthcare is very important. I've become very passionate about preventive healthcare because the way I found out about my cancer is because I just went for a regular doctor's visit and he saw abnormal tissue. And from there on, after that ordeal, when he saw it and sent in my biopsy, it came back that I had a cervical cancer. And because of that, I decided to make sure that I would take care of myself very well. But part of the story, which I like to share and to make sure that I share this and everybody understands. When I first was diagnosed with the 3rd level, it's called CIN3. So you have CIN1, CIN2, CIN3. Those are the 3 different stages before you get to full-blown cervical cancer. When I went and saw my gynecologist, I was at CIN3, and that was in 2017. I was going through nursing school and I was very busy. He told me that I should come back after 6 months because he had done a cone biopsy to cut that area of my cervix to make sure that it doesn't develop into full-blown cancer. I got so busy with nursing school and I never went and saw the doctor.
Wow.
Just for me to go back in February of 2019, and I had full-blown cancer. So that's why I want to encourage the women today, even if you don't hear anything from this interview, whenever you are asked by the doctor that come back for follow-up, please go. Because if I had gone back, I don't think I should have gone through this. Even though I see now why I went through this, it was to help other women, but it shouldn't have gotten this bad if I had gone back to see my doctor. So that was one of the things. This all started in 2017, but the real diagnosis came in 2019. So that was almost a 2-year span that I never went back to see my gynecologist. So that's the story I really want to share. And after I had the CIN3, I called my sister in Cameroon and I said, it was during Women's Day around March, Women's
where we
time.
are now.
Yes, and they had done a screening for women in Cameroon during that time because they always do a lot of campaigns during that time for women. She had checked herself, but never went back to see the results. And so I called her and I said, Dilys, go and get yourself checked, and just to make sure that you are okay. And she said, oh, during Women's Day, I had done a screening, but I never went back to see the results. And then guess what? She went back like a month later just to get the results and discovered that she had cancer. And she did not know.
But my question
She was 33 at the time.
Yes, but the people who saw that she had those results did not try to contact her?
For some reason, I don't remember quite well what she said, because that's the same thing I had asked her. I said, but you have cancer, your results are laying here, and then nobody is contacting you. They're just, because it was a campaign and he wasn't in a regular hospital. So he just sat there and
that's why you're doing the campaign, not to go off topic, but I'm trying to throw in a little bit of like, come on now. If you do a campaign to do screening,
follow up.
I think I'm assuming that you'd have asked people to leave their contact information. These days, there's WhatsApp. If you you don't want to pay for the call. I know it's how will I call it now? People, they have their airtime that they pay for dearly.
Yes,
so many diagnoses like that. Please, I beg. I don't know who I'm talking to.
It's so true, because I mean, I keep asking myself today that what if I never called her to go check her results?
Exactly.
She wouldn't know. She wouldn't know that that's what was going on in her. Even when she sent the results, I was still in denial. I had to use Google Translate, even though I knew French, to make sure that I was actually reading what I was reading. So it wasn't easy. So she was the first at 33, and then me now at 38. So, and we, to the best of our knowledge, we don't know anyone in our family who has had cervical cancer before.
I was going to say that you've the first time you just said no history. The second time you've qualified it very nicely by saying to the best of our knowledge. And
yes.
my plea on this show anytime I get the chance. We have to start to document things.
Yes.
Also document it. We don't know. I don't know. And I don't blame much earlier on. I mean, what did we have in Africa? What are you going to keep? Well, people don't even know that people are not even sure of their year of birth. They just say, okay, somebody was born, I think around the rainy season, which means let's just give them, okay, August, and just put something down in the birth certificate there and just give a fictitious date. But now, like this moving forward, we don't have that luxury again of just not documenting things and saying, because we go to the hospital, they ask us, is there any history of this in your family? We are saying no, but the actual and correct answer is, I don't know.
Yes.
What do I know my grandmother died of? What do I know her sister died of? What do I know my grandfather's own father died of? I don't even know them, to talk less of knowing what they could have died of. So we're sitting here like this. We have to do a good job, a pretty good job of going and documenting things, and letting our families know what our history is, even blood types. We're going around the place we don't know. Yes, and finding out we can do better now that we know better. You cannot blame the people from the past, but now I'm big on documenting, keeping track of history. For me, it's even in any domain, the medical field especially, but even just the history of how things happen, the history of your family, your village's history, anything to document it. So at least now your daughter knows, hey, I cannot be skipping checkups. I need to go take a look and see, because now these things are no longer death sentences. They're not.
Yes, they're not. They're not death sentences. Yes.
Anymore.
And that's actually one thing that actually talking about my daughter. And that's one thing I was educating the women about. There's HPV vaccines now out there. And that's why there's so much hope. There's so many cancers that do not have vaccine, but this cancer has a vaccine. And I know that another barrier that I found out in Cameroon was a lot of information through WhatsApp and other social media avenues. People are very skeptical about taking vaccines, which I really, really understand. But at the same time, I always say, do your research. Don't just read things off of WhatsApp and Facebook and all these places, but then you don't do your research. I was teaching the women, I said, you need to get yourself vaccinated if you are still eligible, and you need to get your children, your girls and boys vaccinated as well. I have right now, my son who is 19 took the 3-dose shot of the HPV vaccine, and my daughters have taken the HPV vaccine as well, because we know our history now, and I cannot risk them having cervical cancer or any kind of cancer caused by HPV.
You mentioned your son too?
Yes, my son. That's another thing. You know, many people think it's just ladies, that genital warts that are caused by HPV, the HPV virus. So yes, your sons need to get vaccinated as well as your daughters. It's not just the girls. That's for HPV, because even breast cancer, there are men that have breast cancer, but I know that the focus is usually on the woman, but there's also men who experience that. So
you don't want to go
that's yes, and
then
this particular cancer.
Yes, only this tiny percent of men do, okay, but how do you know you're not going to be that percentile?
You cannot know.
You cannot know. That's why you go take the thing and you do what you need to do. I know the thing about vaccines, sometimes it's like fighting, I don't know what it's a Herculean task. You just mentioned vaccine, even for COVID-19. They're like, no. And then some people will say, no, it's going to make us, they have trying to make us sterile. They don't want us.
Yes. There's so many myths that's why I'd rather be on the safe side of go to the CDC, for instance, the Centers for Disease Control, and get some information. And the thing that I always say nowadays is that many people, even people that are very educated with PhDs, get most of their information from social media sites more than they would get it from educational and reliable sites, which is just baffling to me.
It is baffling. Boy, have we seen things through this COVID thing. I'm going, I look at the WhatsApp thing and I'm like, is this name of this person I see here, is it really he who is sending this thing?
Oh yes.
This person who I know here is a top-notch nurse in this country. Is happy to tell somebody in a WhatsApp group that has in Cameroon and telling them, this vaccine day, so of course they're not going to go take it because they're like, look at the whole medical person up there in America telling us not to take the thing.
Exactly.
So it's been, and unfortunately, you see the there have been times when there's been foul play with vaccines, like the
True.
Yes. So CG, people that actually injected, you know, the African American people that the soldiers way back that actually injected with. So now you're going to cause that little controversy where now people are all now worried, like, how are we sure about this one? Because I'm even tell you, yes, we know that you've taken the vaccine out there. We're sure that you got the good one. How are we sure that the one that they brought to us here in Africa is the correct one?
The good one.
That's the thing. So it's a lot of
it's very complicated, and I don't think there's one answer that fits all. But at the end of the day, that's why I just say do some research, ask questions, and if you do your research on the right places, you'll probably end up having the right answer. So that's basically where I stand. And even after the conference that I held, we had about 8 or 9 women go straight to the hospital, the Grace Gardens Hospital, and they got vaccinated, and they were so happy about it. So it's just a matter of education, because they go to their Njangi houses on the farm, in the market, and they don't have the real information. I took my time. I am very big on education and research. I really took my time to educate these women. And that's how Grace Gardens Women's Health Association was birthed, because they got more interested and they said, Mom, we don't want you to just come once a year and educate us about this thing. We would really love for it to be on a continuous process so that we can learn more things, because I was teaching them as well, and my sister, about nutrition, the fertilizers they use and how it can affect them and all of those things. And so Grace Gardens Women's Health Association was birthed. Now we have over 200 registered members as we speak. Wow. And this is in less than a year's time. And today we had them go visit Fountain Baptist Church in Dock. You probably have some of the videos and things that we did. And we had a very good time there. It was really amazing. I just saw the videos and I was in awe.
The one that I remember seeing is a group of them singing. That was really something. You know,
yes.
You see the children running back and forth there, they're playing, but look at these women. They've made the time to come and sit down there. They're wearing their t-shirts.
Yes.
And they're singing the song. The person even conducting the whole thing.
We have a music leader, and you wouldn't believe the songs that they sing are composed by them. I'm just telling you
I could tell they should be copywriting those songs. Let me see if I can find one of those. I actually sat and listened to the song.
The one that you will find, that you will put out is during the Christmas event. I went in December and I surprised them. And so that was during our Christmas event. I told them, bring your kids, you know, let's do some memory verses. Let's remember the story of Christmas. And so that's what they did during the Christmas event where I surprised them.
Let me try to find it. Let me go back to the beginning of this one so we can see the full thing. This is the one I listened to, this one right here.
Yes, they can, yes.
Let me see. So this one.
That was during Christmas, yes.
Let us listen to a little bit of it. I'm trying to make the thing and then make it a bit. will grow for real.
Yes, together they will grow.
You see, it makes
I
sense.
can't believe they composed that song themselves.
Exactly the same way that you see CWF songs. Those women are talented. It's
They
like
are.
gifts that they had there, like that, which sometimes you look at the thing and you don't even know where to start with, what to do to help. Because you're looking but for the grace of God, there's no difference between the lady
The grace of
that you
God.
see there and us sitting here. It's just the way their lives were patterned.
Yes.
They would whoop some of us with far better grades and things and reach heights if they were given the opportunity.
Yes,
And
I mean, you wouldn't believe some of those women right now, as even just last week, I learned about one of our members whose house got burned down. If you start hearing their stories, you will not believe how they are able to sing, they're able to smile. I get my inspiration from them. That's why I wake up at 3 in the morning on every two times every Saturday, two Saturdays per month, 3 in the morning, because I have to get them there at 10 a.m. and we have our meetings. I am that passionate. I'm ready to give up my sleep for them because they inspire me. Their stories are stories of resilience. They are very, very resilient. They are very, very creative.
I can imagine. I see them there. They come. They do something with farms and things to do. They've made the time to come on out there. They've learned their song. They're standing there in order with their T-shirts and everything. Then the person leading them there, you have to have a passion for that kind of a thing for it to work. So I'm sure they're taking their cue from you.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I am inspired by them, just like I try to inspire them. Even today, like I was saying, they went to Fountain Baptist Church, and because I wanted us to dedicate the products that we were going to be doing, because we are teaching them how to do soap, which we call savon in our local language. They're doing antiseptic soap, the one that you use to take showers. They have also been taught how to do glycerin. That's something very common in Cameroon that we use on little babies and even adults.
My life in Bambili, in Kas Bambili, there, if you do not do glycerin, because of the harsh Hamatan weather, you don't do glycerin, you actually will see the cracks in
and yes, your body will be ashy. And so we taught them how to do glycerin. And
I will at least share that part. There was the part where I saw them actually trying to make the soap. Let me stop this one right here that I had been sharing. Let me stop this share and try to get to the album instead.
No, you are very amazing how you are able to navigate it all. Thank you.
Teaching through COVID definitely helps with that.
Yes.
So no, I want us to stop this one. Where is it? The stop button now? It keeps coming back to this same one. Not to stop the thing, so that I can go back to minimize the screen and go back to the thing. What I was trying to get to was here. This is them trying to make the savon we're talking about.
Yes, that's the savon production right there. Yes, they started mixing, and my auntie Goodness, which I really, really appreciate. She's more than 70 years old. Wow. She left Yaoundé, the central province of Cameroon, and then went right to Ndop. Took her at least 8 to 9 hours to get there just to teach them how to do all of these products. So thank you, Auntie Goodness, for doing this.
Yeah, she's really Goodness. She has the right name.
Yes,
she has the right name. So there's this one. So that's it. Yes, this is it. This is another picture here. Yes. Adding some products to the thing and mixing. Because all of these things you think, hey, savon it's not expensive. No, for somebody with a limited budget like this, they don't have the money to do that, but they can make this and it will last them. And that way they keep the hygiene is going.
Yes, and it's a really good recipe. There's a savon called in Cameroon La Croix, and they're likening it to the savon that is done by La Croix. So if you even succeed to see the video, you will see my auntie there even explaining how good the antiseptic soap is, and the eau de javel, which is called bleach, and all of those products. It's amazing. It's very, very good quality products.
You sent that, I think, later, just not too long ago, this Sunday afternoon. If I can find my, because I have WhatsApp on my monitor here too. We should be able to find it.
I think you'll probably find it under your WhatsApp. That's correct.
You look there. Okay, here, this is the WhatsApp. This is the correspondence that we've had today. This is you, right? Yes, this is you. Let me go up here. This should be that video you're talking about right here.
Yes, right there. That's the video, yes.
Okay, let me pause it for a little bit. Is that the beginning of it? Yeah, that was the beginning.
Yes,
so
that's
hit the play button and then
very good in the body.
you can expand it if you can. I don't know.
I have
very spiritual and nice.
That was
This one is glycerin, original glycerin, good in the body, and handle sweat, and it makes your body fresh. Natural Vaseline, good for adult and babies. Very nice scent and very good in the body. This one is eau de javel, original eau de javel, not the simple eau de javel that people are making today in order to look for money. Yeah, the liter is 1.2. This is 5 liters. It could be 7.2 and 5,000 as the thing may be. So, or the retail price is 1.2. Wholesale is 1,000. Then this is carbon still in the mold, not yet ready to remove. And this is the last one, natural medicated soap, which is powerful than Caribou.
Wow.
I am the entrepreneur that is talking.
Good entrepreneur.
That's my auntie Goodness, yes.
Good
She's
for you,
an
auntie.
entrepreneur.
Good for you. Proud of you, auntie. Look at all of that she's done there, which is going to make a big difference in that community right there.
Yeah,
I know those that is we used to buy certain soap back in my day. It came all the way from Nigeria called Asepso.
yes.
They used to have those medicinal things. Actually, what you could feel that the skin, it was a cleansing, disinfectant kind of a thing that you could use to wash out wounds, wash out scrapes and things like that.
Yes, that's correct.
Made right there. It had that kind of look. Made right there, so you can trust the products. You can trust the quality of the products, and that they are helpful. Whereas to even get imported products to come and be delivered, they will cost twice the amount of money to start with, and then how do they go through all of that area to come and deliver there? So this would be the next best thing. So we can actually, we applaud them. We applaud them.
Yeah, they are really, they are working hard. But even in just that same sentence, I just want to say, if there's anyone out there that wants to help us, that will be very appreciated, because all what you see there, basically, not to boast or anything, is out of my own pocket, and I have no help yet. So we are really looking for funding because we need packaging. We want to, our goal is to have contracts with hospitals in the region and provide things like the bleach that you saw so that they can use it in their hospitals. And we also want to provide to other places and find different contacts, but we need to be able to package it, have the ingredients and all of that, which is a lot. So we are just starting, basically.
So that is right there. How do people do that? If somebody's listening to us, somebody's watching us and wants to help, how do they do that?
Okay, thank you for asking. So one of the ways that you can do it, you can go to our website. It's called www.gracegardenshospital.com. www.gracegardens, the gardens has an S.
An S.
gracegardenshospital.com.
All one word.
All one word, Auntie. And if you get there, you will see the PayPal link where you can safely donate. If you are somebody,
hold on a minute. You said www.gracegardenshospital. Is that a .org?
.com.
.com.
Gardens, okay. Yes.
Okay. And so
yes,
there is a PayPal button.
Hospital. Yes, .com. I'm just trying to make sure that I've given you the right information, that because it's very important.
So yes, that's what it is.
Yes, and then if you don't want to do that, you can Zelle it directly to us, either through my number, which is 972 795 yes 8536.
8536. Let me read that back to you.
Okay.
972
yes
795 8536. Okay, yes. That's for Zelle.
Yes, that's on Zelle.
Has Zelle. Okay. So if you're doing go on.
I'm sorry. Or you can do Cash App. Some people are more comfortable with Cash App. So you will just see Cash App, my Cash App name, Emelda Ndinjiakat. So the $, Emelda, Emelda, and the last name is Ndinjiakat, NDI.
NDI.
Yes, NDI NJI AKAT.
Okay. Okay, so let me spell that back. So there's $, E as in egg, M as in Mary, E as in egg, L as in Lima, D as in dog, A as in apple. And this is going to be the same because that was your first name. The last name was all one thing, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So after Emelda, then we have Ndinjiakat.
That's correct.
Correct. That's
correct.
Cash App. So we have three ways you can donate, people, please. 3 ways you can donate. You can go to www.gracegardens with an S hospital.com and you'll find PayPal there. That's the PayPal way. If it's Zelle, then you do 972-795-8536. And then if you're doing Cash App, you do the $, as usually that's the $, that you start off with. $Emelda. Emelda is E-M-E, not the I, not that Emelda. So
yes,
$Emelda Ndinjiakat. I'm going to spell all of that for you. EMELDANDINJIAKAT. Okay.
That's correct. Yes.
Correct. And so this is a recording. You go when you go to YouTube, you didn't catch what I said. Just rewind. Just push the little button back. Listen to it again. Push it back. Listen to it 15 times, 20 times. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. I don't be here. I don't be here. No. Go to YouTube where it's going to be sitting there. After it has been premiered the first time, it will be there forever. Go find whatever you need to find there. Either just find, remember you heard Grace Gardens Hospital. Search for that. These days, there's no way to not find things. Search for it and find it.
That anybody, I'm just potentially saying, I just want to say thank you if you're listening to this and you do that, because don't ever think that your donation is small. I am telling you, when I was going in December, there's some people who gave me $20. $20 is equivalent to about 10 to 12,000 francs in Cameroon. You can do a lot with that money. So do not minimize your donation.
No, it's God's power to multiply what it is that you give. That's why you have the story of the widow's mite right there in the Bible. That's you just give. Don't worry about how it's going to end up. You give from your heart. I even tell those, because I've done a lot of fundraisers. I say you can't give this time around. Pray. How about you pray?
Yes.
You may pray like that and move somebody who does have the money to come and do the donation. That is still part of the whole fundraiser thing. The actual donors, the praying people who move the donors, the ones who now that don't have the cash but who will sit down and stare that soap you saw them staring there. Everybody plays their part in the thing. So it's not a matter of pointing fingers or feeling that my own thing is insignificant, so I should not do anything. Do the good thing you can do. Participate, do your own. Maybe you live in the dock area, go over there then. Maybe you can be the one who's going to supply little containers for them to put the things in the thing. Then maybe the labeling of the little of the jars. Find your own little part where you're comfortable with that you can do, as opposed to saying, no, I cannot do this. Or maybe your own is going to be encouragement. Pick up the phone and say, I like the work you're doing.
Yes, that's always appreciated. My number is made public, so you feel free to call me or WhatsApp me anything. I'll respond.
Or say my daughter or auntie or sister or whatever it is. Thank you for the work you're doing. May God bless you. That is still something that you can do to help, as opposed to that's just something for other people over there, and you don't bother. Like we know that we are here to be each other's keeper. The time when God used to intervene directly, and He'll come and He'll just send manna from heaven. We are supposed to be His hands and His feet. He can't come down here now Himself and Jesus' time and actually touch your eyes and say, see, and do it. He's depending on us to go ahead and be the help and provide the help we can for those who are in worse shape than we are. Because sometimes you think things are really bad for you till you've seen somebody else. Like I just said, the 40th birthday people that have gone to, my goodness, shine is happening there. Salamander is raining there. Somebody else's own 40th birthday, they were in that machine.
That's true. That's true. I mean, and even during Thanksgiving, I appreciated more understanding now people who spend time in the hospital during holidays. Can you imagine spending Thanksgiving and Christmas in the hospital? Almost every patient was discharged during Thanksgiving, and it was just me and this lady, 2 of us on the floor. It felt so lonely. If I didn't have my family, I don't know what I would have done, because everybody gets discharged and you are left there by yourself. So it's really not easy. But at the same time, when I look back, I'm like, okay, now that's why I can go to the hospital and visit people during these seasons, because they feel, so many of them don't have families, they feel lonely. And so I really love to do that now, because I understand it more. I have felt it.
You've gone through it, so you understand it. Sometimes they say our trials are there. We go through certain things. God allows us to go through certain things, so we learn. It's only if you are the stubborn, strong-headed person who you go through it, you're not learning. I keep saying, be very careful, learn very quickly before they come and send you another one, another stronger thing.
Another one.
From that one. Since you don't be here 12, as I say, you don't be here 12. Come and pass through another one to actually get to get the whole thing, what the message is behind all of that, to be there. That's one of the things that actually that Bible says again too. When I was sick, when I was hungry, when I was naked, you clothed me, sick, hungry, you visited me in prison. Those are the things that we don't think of doing till something like that has come hit close to home. So it's a good thing if we don't even wait for it to hit close to home. We ourselves get up and go and do the bit we can do. And as she has said, as I'm also reiterating, that bit you can do is not insignificant. Little is much when God is in it. It's not insignificant. Do your own little part and God will do the rest. That's
Amen.
Yes. So do you have a closing word, or we can go here forever and ever, but do you have a closing word and appeal? We've told people how to donate. What else would you want to add?
Okay, no, my closing word is just we have coming up in this month of March, we are going to be doing a vision screening at Grace Gardens Hospital in Dub. It's going to be on Friday, the 18th. That one is going to be for the Grace Gardens women specifically. And then on the 19th, we are going to have a vision screening for the entire, the general public in Dub. So if you are in that region, if you are in Bamenda or any of the 13 villages, you can come in. Yes, we are having glasses, good prescription glasses coming in from the United States, and all we are charging just for transportation is $10,000. That's equivalent to $20. So if you have a family member who is in that area, just send him $20. That's all they need. They are going to, we have partnered with an organization called NAV. They're in Bafoussam. They will come with their entire team and they're going to screen everybody for free. So this is a huge deal, because if you're having blood pressure issues, any issues that cause your vision or because of aging or anything, just go there for that campaign. It's going to be very, very helpful. So for the general public, I reiterate, it's going to be March 19th. So you can show up there. And then in addition to that, we are going to be doing, we have opened a new blood bank, which is very rare in that area, because most people, when they are sick, they have to look for a family member to donate blood. But what we are trying to do now is to establish a blood bank. And so we are going to be asking for donations from the public. If you want to donate blood, please coming on that day on the 19th, and you can donate your blood. We are going to make sure that you stay well. We give you food and we'll give you a little compensation for that. So that day is really important for Grace Gardens Hospital. So
March 19th.
March 19th. March 19th. Yes. So
cool.
Those are the things that we are working on. We are working on so many other things, but my husband, Dr. Samuel Ndinjiakat, he is really open and available. And I just wanted to just leave his number here just in case anybody wants to reach out to him. It is 214-228-6348.
6348. So yes. Dr. Sam Ndinjiakat's number is 214-228-6348. One more time, 214-228-6348. You've heard about all the things that they're doing there. Those prescription glasses, they cost something. They are manufactured by somebody, they cost something. That's the reason why we're appealing to you to make the donations, to go ahead and give. I'm sitting here, I'm lending my voice to this. I'm not asking, I cannot be asking them to pay a dime for it, because I'm sitting there thinking, This is my own part of the thing too. If one person hears and they act, that is already something. If I get up from here after doing this and go give $20, that is something. If you do the same too, everybody that's listening to this show, which is quite a few people that do listen or that do watch, and you just go give, even if we all did $20, we are happy with when people give $1 billion, the huge sums of money. That's awesome as well. But sometimes it's even just a community thing where everybody is doing their own little bit. That is just so touching and heartwarming. It just shows that you care. And I don't know anybody who has given $20 and then went ahead and got evicted from their house, couldn't pay their light bill, and the reason is because you give $20. I haven't seen that happen. That's somebody who said, okay, I know that I don't have much, but I can take this amount and donate towards this cause, who are within earshot of what I'm saying right now. And then you say, my goodness, this is me out in the cold here in the winter. I've been evicted. If nobody that $20 will I go give so after being inside my house. really? No.
No,
that's not how God works. So
as you bless others, God will definitely bless you without a doubt. I've experienced it in my life, and I am a living testimony of that. You will not go hungry.
You want me to start a sermon? I can tell you. You don't want me to start a sermon now, then we'll be here for two extra days. I can tell you that there is not, you will lack no manner of thing that is good.
Amen.
If in his name, give from your heart and soul, then you say, this is me under the bridge. I gave that $20, like this is me now homeless. Lie.
No.
And then the same people who give, now they're rich, so that they give. That is so not it. They are giving because they know and they understand, and God continues to provide for them. Yes. He says, if you are faithful in little, that's when He can trust you to be faithful with more. If you are there, that is the whole story of the widow's mite. That's why the sermon is still coming, even though I said I was not going to preach a sermon, but the sermon is already coming. It's okay.
Coming. You're being inspired. It's okay.
That is how it works. I know that for a fact. For a fact. You will not lack and want anything because you helped your fellow person. I mean, I guess just one pizza less, one, I don't know what less, that you can do, that you can sacrifice. Maybe instead of buying the large, what do they call it, to have a pizza, buy the medium size one this time and then take the remaining 10 something and just help. You feel so good inside. You really go to bed and sleep.
And sleep well.
Saying somebody is somewhere there, someplace there is eating something because I gave. Is able to, they're looking after their wound is being dressed, so it does not actually get infected because of something that I did, something that I gave.
Yes.
So that's it. Do the best you can. We're trying to do our best to get you to give and know that you will be blessed for it. Amen. Anything else? So those the dates again to remember. Okay. The 19th for the general public. Yes. The 18th for Grace Gardens Women's Health Association. That's the screening, the vision screening. Go get your eyes checked.
Yes.
So the I see for the general public says the 19th. That's the date I caught.
The 19th, Saturday the 19th.
The 12th for the blood bank.
The blood bank is the same, is the 18th and the 19th. So on that day, if the women, the Grace Gardens Women Health Association women want to donate blood, they can do that as well as
while they go. I see.
So both days is going to be the blood bank screening.
Okay, I get it now. So I think we have exhausted. If you think about anything more, please feel free to jump in and just say it still. Check your notes there.
Oh no, I was just looking at all the talking points. I think we've gone through everything, so it's perfect.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, great. So remember, it's 10,000 francs for somebody to come and get. That's next to nothing to be able to get the blessing it is to not be squinting through. Yes, to get glasses that can actually help them see, and the more they can see, the more productive they will be.
Yes, no, that's so true. Just for a final one, I know some people sometimes they just forward right up to the end of the show. So let me just reiterate one last time the ways that they can donate. The first one is through www.gracegardenshospital.com, and you can also donate through www.faithgardenfoundation.com. That's another way. Faith Garden without S, foundation.com, faithgardenfoundation.com. You can Zelle at 972-795-8536 or 214-228-6348, and Cash App the $ Emelda Ndinjiakat. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much.
Our pleasure. We thank you. We should be thanking you for doing the things. For those of us, the truth is, for those of us who donate, that is the easier part. Because all you do now is go there, log on to your cell phone. Your cell phones have the app on there. Laptops have the same thing on there. Desktops and everything. All you do is sit and really look pretty and hit the thing and give that money. The people who are going there, who are really doing the work, and that lady who is sitting there clapping her hands, those women are dancing out there, the one who is turning the so mommy goodness, who's sitting there, that's who's really doing the actual hard work, the actual manual labor. So I consider that those of us who sit here and say, here's $10, here's $15, 20, 100, 1,000, we are the ones that are doing less of the actual sweat, but our own job is still important because we now empower. That's the thing. So we should empower women. This is how you do it. This is one strong way of doing it.
Amen. Amen.
So we thank you instead. With our regards to your husband who's partnering with you to get this done. And we wish you only the very best. No more to go through that list ordeal. You've gone through it once. That's it. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
That's it. From now, your job is to sit down and do what you're doing, which is continue to raise awareness, provide solutions. Because one thing to raise awareness and people know, then what do? Now they know how things can be done, how to prevent getting cervical cancer from the vaccine. You've exhausted it from the vaccine to the programs that are there. That is impressive work you've done out there. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
I really want to also appreciate you for being so patient and for being so understanding, for doing what you do. You are giving us a voice out there, not just me, who is your guest today, but everyone else who has been a guest on this show. I just want to say thank you so much. And to also thank your husband, because without him, making you to have all the time to do what you're doing, it will not be possible.
Even to keep this all this technology going, I come and I click. I have no clue what is really going on.
I want to just thank him. He's an amazing person. So thank you for all you do. Take our pride and everything else. Thank you.
You're very welcome, and glory to God. Glory to God. As long as He gives us breath, we will do what it is that He has put on our hearts to do. And that's the thing. He puts it in everybody's heart, something to do. And as far as we know, you don't feel comfortable till you've done it. So for me, it's a matter of go find a kaba, wear a tie, sit. I say, welcome to the show, and let the person who actually knows the stuff speak. How amazing. Not we complained about COVID, and Zoom came from that. I figured out how to do it because so I could teach my lessons, then I can also use it to do what we're doing now. And somebody can hear it and make a difference, or to make our world a better place, the best we know how. So thank you for being here, and all the best.
Thank you. God bless you and have a great evening. Thank you.
Too. God bless you too. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.